Hello and welcome to Sugar Cookies. So this week you have a couple options of cookies to make. You can make the double baked chocolate biscotti, or you can make the cutout sugar cookies. So in your Golden Bowl kit, we actually gave you cookie cutters for this exact reason. So if you wanted to make these, this recipe is different than the sugar cookies we made in Javicino. It's just a little bit different, still a cutout, just a little bit different flavors, just so you can see the difference in recipes. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to mise en place all your ingredients. So this is a typical cookie recipe. It has sugar, flour, butter, eggs. It has some extract. It has vanilla extract, and it has almond extract. So this gives a little bit of a cherry flavor, actually. It smells amazing, so a little bit variation. If you don't have almond extract, just substitute with double the amount of vanilla, all right? And then you're actually gonna be adding a little bit of orange zest for another burst of flavor, okay? So these cookies are not just your, the Javicino recipe was more of a butter sugar cookie, where this has a little bit different flavor profiles, okay? So let's get started. So you can do this in one of two ways. We're going to start by creaming our butter and our granulated sugar. So white granulated sugar. And I'm going to be using a kitchen mixer. You do not have to use a kitchen mixer. You can cream by hand. It's just going to take longer. So the recipe calls for a half cup of sugar and then a half cup of butter, which is equivalent to 1 stick. Right? So I'm going to start by creaming this mixture together. Okay, so creaming creates the base for all baked recipes, especially cookies. I'm just going to get the center there. My butter was a little bit cold, so make sure you soften it before you start creaming it because it will go a lot faster. If you chose to cream by hand and not use a mixer, again, it's not required to use a mixer. You can use a wooden spoon or a rubber scraper would do the job just fine. All right. All right. And like so. So we'll be right back when that's done being creamed. So we are back, and I actually ended up switching bowls. So as I was blending this, my bowl was not big enough. So it was my butter and sugar mixture was going everywhere. So I got a bigger bowl. I'm doing this by hand, so it's easier for you to see with this mixer. If you are going to be a hybrid student, we're going to be using the KitchenAid. Again, you still have the option to mix by hand. All right, so our butter is light and fluffy, and you can substitute your butter for margarine if you want. It's cheaper. All right, that's what we typically use at school. So to this, I am going to take 1 egg, medium egg, and I'm going to add it right to there. And then I'm going to combine just until that egg is all mixed in. All right, just like so. So at this point, it is a nice base for your flavorings and your dry ingredients. All right, that's almost there. Just want to make sure we get to the right consistency. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we are there. All right, to that, I am going to be adding in my vanilla extract. All right, and then I'm going to be adding my almond extract, which is clear. Abundance of flavor in extracts. And then we're also going to be adding our orange zest. All right. So let me kind of explain the orange zest. So here's my orange. All right. And I just took a grater and I grated out 1.5 teaspoons. Okay. So zest has a ton of flavor. If you don't have orange zest, you can substitute with lemon. You can add lime. It's, again, just going to give citrus undertones. All right. So at this point, we are going to combine this in. So lots of flavor, bursts of flavor in these cookies, which will balance off with the icing that you can decorate these with. All right. So we are all incorporated. So the last thing we are going to add in is our dry ingredients. So our dry ingredients include, and I've already combined, flour and baking powder. All right, so baking powder is our leavening agent that's going to make the cookie puff up. Baking powder is double acting. So it is going to puff the batter or the dough when I mix and combine with moisture, which is my wet mixture here. And then they double act and they will puff again or rise in the oven with heat. All right, so baking powder is double acting. All right, and then we're going to add this in. It's going to add half of it. If you add all of it, it could explode, and we don't want that to happen. So just add about half till it starts combining. And I like to move my bowl to make sure I get into all of that. The wet ingredients combined with the dry. All right. So as it starts coming together, you can add in your remaining flour. And then I will be back when I show you what this looks like when it's done. Dough, so it looks like so. It did, when I was mixing it with my mixer, I did have to take my hand and kind of push it together and just knead it for a second, and then it formed my beautiful dough. So if it seems dry, do not add anything else. Just kind of mix it, knead it a little bit by hand, and it will come together beautifully like so. All right, so clean bowl, we're ready to go. I'm gonna wrap this in plastic wrap, and I'm gonna let this chill in the refrigerator for about an hour. So if you're at school, your teacher will either advise you to chill this and take it home, or chill it and you'll make it the next day that you are in class. All right, so I will show you the shaping of the sugar cookies in the next demo. Thank you.